beer. Near the Boyds. It's like a winter wonderland. This is quite the drive. I can hardly get a place to park outside the house. Look at all this room. This is crazy. Some peasants to shoot around here. Get off my land.
In 300 yards, you will arrive at your destination.
No way. You're clever. The eating bill cost a lot here. All vehicles. With a category. Can't believe how white it is still there. It's only snowed a bit. It must have snowed a lot more here. Dancing on ice. See you in a minute. Right, got about 50 minutes before the tour of the conservation work starts. So he says I could walk down around the house and have a look inside a bit of it. So that's what we'll do. Wonder what that was on the right.
So I said to Mum, so I know.
Yeah. Big old door there. As well as whoever came in over there. Look at that, that's amazing. The old stables, look. Jockey's silks. Don't think that jacket's going to fit me somehow. Nobody goes around here. Dairymaid, Tyner, oh, cripple, that's an unusual name. 1776, won first place. Drowser, won first place. Pilot, Freedom. Tyner. BRC by Juniper, sorry. Juniper did what? First place 3 times. Aladdin, Squirrel, Screwball, 1747. What's this say? Squirt. Squirt remained at Calke and became the grandfather of Eclipse, who is probably the most famous horse in the history of British flat racing. Wow. Groom. In 1750s, Squirt developed a disease of the hoof and was unable to race, so Harry Harper decided he should be put down. The groom pleaded with him to save Squirt so that he could be used for breeding. And look what happened, Squirt produced a winner. Some objects of wood there, which I don't know what they are. That looks like a butcher's block or something, I don't know, but maybe to do something else. Any ideas, anybody? Coffin shaped thing at the back. Oh, who was Copenhagen? Copenhagen was descendant, not disciple, of Squirt. He was the son of Meteor, who was the son of Eclipse. Copenhagen was the Duke of Wellington's horse. The Duke of Wellington rode Copenhagen at the Battle of Waterloo. Wow. Squirt's famous descendants. Remember when you used to have these in people's houses, presses? Yeah. Oh. It's like a stable yard, look. It's an unusual thing. Anybody know what that is? It's like a nice extra drink out of. Look at all that old stuff. I wonder if that's a boot cleaner. Oh, it smells weird in here. Weird. There's somebody going to jump out on the ladders. Some kind of press. Cart. God, that's big. It's got that old smell in there. Ooh. Go out there. I'll just have a look around here first. Big carriage. Peer through the window, catch a glimpse. Can't see anything. There's a nice tower at the top there, look. Oh, I forget. Best my dodgy legs will take me. This place is very spooky. All of the bits and bobs. Yeah, toilets. Looks like where the blacksmith used to be. It's a shame not to see it in use. That could come alive. Be able to do that. Get a blacksmith in there. Be amazing. Look at that old mice there. Horseshoes hanging up where they used to do the horseshoes. All above the fireplace. Picture that fire's not on. I've got a clue what that is. You're welcome. You're welcome. Pizza rabbit.
Yeah, it's just a foot. That's super. Like the acorns.
There's a
Well, it's
Calke.
Calke's these ones.
That's it.
Yeah.
Right, I've got to walk towards where they're doing the tour, so if I can get there on time and see if I can find it and not fall over. Activate sunglasses. I'm walking like a duck that needs the toilet, so I don't fall over. What's this say? Entrance to the house, garden and church. Oh no. Oh god, can't be that far surely. Gotta be this way then. Can hardly. But this video is very exciting. You can see the house, look beautiful. Very steep now. How steep that is. Nice smell through here.
And then Sue will hold.
Is this where the conservation tour is?
No, round to the front door.
Oh, around that way?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. That beauty. Hello.
So the conservation
Yes.
tour? Yes, do come on.
Thank you.
Just
there.
Oh, sorry about that.
Just literally stopped. We're just about to go over what we call the agents of deterioration of the house. Okay. Now, what do you think are sort of what we've got to battle against?
Windows.
Weather, yes.
Vermin of all sorts.
Yeah, that's got
Insects.
all sorts of creepy crawlies and bugs that are eating the house, and we've got
Sunlight.
yes, sunlight. Yes, very much so, sunlight.
Is damp coming to it? Do you get any damp? Or?
Oh, mould and
Yeah.
yes, that's what we've got to. You know, the humidity of in the house and things like that. But anyway, other things are incorrect temperature. We've got to keep the house, make sure it's not too low, very low, or too high. Hopefully, anyway.
What is the ideal temperature?
About 20 degrees.
Yeah.
That's the ideal.
Yeah.
Reach that, we don't know. But there is a range.
Yeah.
There is a range of temperatures. Loss and theft through malpractice, I'm afraid. Yes, as room stewards, one of our specific tasks is security. Yeah.
Is that from just the public?
Yeah.
I just thought I didn't know whether any staffers.
Interesting. We went into the stables and I commented on the fact there were all the horse brasses there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Completely
they've all gone.
open.
Yeah, they went ages
And I
ago.
started,
Yeah, the tack room was broken into.
A lot of cameras to put around this place.
Water and fire.
Oh yeah.
You know, we've got to be very careful about that. And I think I put down disassociation. This is poor record keeping.
Yeah.
You know, it's quite easily to lose something, and we need to keep it. You know, we need to sort of write it all down, record it, and things like that. Otherwise, you know, things lose their historical significance. That's that sort of thing. But one of the main things that I'm going to talk about now is actually something we have to keep on top of, and that is dust. We've opened the door today, but in the summer, you know, especially, you know, we get pollen grains coming in, and people, you know, all that fire over there early on in the season. We had it lit, and that's creating a fair amount of dust in here. And what about other things like the people that come around? You know, they create dust.
Yeah.
Now there was they did a thing about dust in 1999. The National Trust did, together with English Heritage and the historical palaces, in conjunction with the University of East Anglia. They did a survey on the dust. And what do you think? Well, the most expensive thing about dust is that it cost, in 1999, they reckon it would be about £30,000 a year spent on actually removing the dust or keeping it down, as opposed to in 1999's figures. This is, because it's gone up again, you know, since then, of course, but there were about 10,000 spent on looking after all the other things, but 30,000 on dust.
Right.
It is, yeah.
Is that because it goes on to artwork and everything, or just
Well,
in general?
The amount of dust is directly proportional to the number of visitors that come around, of course. And really, you know, you can say that between 1.5 to 2 metres of actually the visitor route going through the house, you know, that's where most of the dust actually settles there, because that's where it's been creating. So, and the total number of cleaning hours to get it removed is proportionate to the number of visitors, especially, and the hours per day.
So the book can be slipped into the book shoe, and then that helps to take the weight
Support it.
and support it.
This one you can see, the second, the middle shelf there, the second one down.
Yeah, it's got one on, is it?
That's a
think
book shoe.
There's another one you'll be able to see actually today,
Oh, yeah.
closer today. Just the second one along, next to the history of British butterflies,
Yeah.
just there.
Oh yeah.
And you can see that it completely supports the book. Sometimes you will see...
The second one.
It's like
Yes,
a grey
the second one
grey
along.
colour.
Yes,
Yeah.
There's one above, is there?
Yeah, there's one above that
Yeah.
obviously only needed at the sides and
Okay.
the back. I can't see that there's another one here and another one there. If they're particularly worried, sometimes you'll see a piece here at Calke, it's blue silk that lies across the top of a shelf of books, and that's to add an extra
Oh, that's good.
layer of protection
Yeah.
Dust.
from the dust.
I'll just point out another thing, that visitors that go around and come through the library don't really see, because now you think you're going over an ancient carpet here, don't you?
Mm.
You know, it's worn out and it's got bare patches and things like that. But no, this is what we call an eye carpet.
Oh.
It's a photographic
Wow.
carpet
Yeah.
of what's underneath the original
Oh.
carpet. Because you can't have thousands of people tramping over
Yeah.
an old carpet. This is a modern carpet. This is not. This is. It's just a photograph.
Yeah, clever idea.
Yeah. Oh wow, yeah.
And if you look,
That's amazing.
another thing is, if you look at the drapes, just here, can you see
Yeah.
it's all netted,
Wow.
a net.
Oh
All
yeah.
these drapes are netted.
Is that to stop the insects or?
Stop the light.
Oh.
But it's also to support the fabric.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Right, I'm gonna have to go back into the saloon. Just be careful as you come across.
Yeah. Take care. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Very interesting.
Lovely, thank you.
Thank you.
everything has a little thing to put over it to keep it safe and things. Now, I brought you in here. We're going to sort of talk about the taxidermy, more or less. I know you don't like, people don't like it. But, you know, you've got, what I always say is, you've got to look through it. You've got to look at it not with 21st century eyes.
Yes, historical.
This is 18th century eyes.
Historical fashion, isn't it?
Okay. Right. There are two types of pests we have, more or less, in here. Is one which are called keratin-loving pests. They're the ones that love wool and fur and feathers and horn. They're sort of like house moths and carpet beetles, and the larvae of carpet beetles called woolly bears. They're big, they are, you know. And there's other ones. There's cellulose-loving pests as well. You know, the ones that attack cotton, paper, wood, and linen. They're sort of more wood borers, woodworm, deathwatch beetle, silverfish, book lice, those type of pests. We have 3 treatments for them. One is that they pick them out by hand. You know, they've got a proper illumination of the area, which has probably got an infestation, and they'll pick them off by hand. Or there's another way, is using an insecticide, and it's the only insecticide that the National Trust is allowed to use, and that's called Constrain. No idea what it's got in it, but it's some eco-friendly one, I think. And the other way is freezing, and we have got some deep freezes there that what they do. I mean that city there had an infestation, and what they did was they hired in a big deep freeze. They had it up in the stable block. They stuck this into it. And what it is that what they do is, you see these larvae and things, these creatures lay eggs, and of course in the deep freeze they think it's winter, so they go dormant. And then they take them out of the deep freezer, and it warms up, and they think, "Whoa, it's spring! I'll hatch." And as soon as they've done that, stick them back in the deep freeze, and it kills them. That's how they get rid of them. Anyway, that's the sort of 3 treatments we have, but there's far more than we have to do in the. We have these things called blunder. Oh, I left that. Blunder things, blunder boxes. Now, if we have them, you'll see them around, all the way around the place. What it is just to tell us where the infestations are. If I can open it up. Ooh. What they've got is these sticky pads in them, and of course they can these creatures sort of, when they're weighing and get stuck on stuck on this, and so they can see whereabouts they've got some kind of infestation. Or the other way is in the cases they've got. Oh, we've got these. Oh yeah, the examples of the little
creatures.
Oh.
yeah. You know,
Let these put you off.
yeah, that's
These are carpet beetles.
Nice.
And these are all the other things, so don't be perturbed, don't think your house is...
I feel itchy
They're
now.
all around us.
Yeah,
It's like
well,
living out
there.
there.
Yeah.
More
They are
rats than
just
people, aren't they?
eating the place. aren't
yeah.
Has every house got these in, or
Pardon?
has every house got some of these in?
We've probably got a lot at home,
Yeah,
yes.
for example, I remember my sister was distraught because she had carpet beetles
I had
in just one
carpet beetle.
corner of her living room. And she tried everything, that from boiling water on her carpet to everything, but obviously that can't be used in a heritage building.
Yeah.
So yes, they can be in modern houses. They're just as much as old houses.
I saw on the internet somebody using a thing called an ozone machine that
Oh,
takes
right.
all the air out of the room,
Yes.
and anything living dies. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. They were doing his car.
And of course, the blunderboxes are periodically sent off to where they're monitored, because obviously to identify anything that we've not seen before, but also it's helping to monitor, to be honest, with climate change. We're getting bugs and beasties that perhaps we wouldn't have had some years ago that are moving
migrating.
northwards. So it helps to inform
Yeah, they get an overall picture.
an
don't
overall
they?
picture
Yeah.
for every every person, every group that's concerned with the spread of
Yeah.
these objects, these creatures. Yeah.
Well,
Thank you.
keeping them down, it's just a matter of good housekeeping and vacuuming and things like that. And as I said, hand picking them out. So the relative humidity needs to be between 40 and 65%. Regular monitoring of areas. We have always a problem with one room in the house called the oak bedroom upstairs. I don't know whether you've been in that.
Is that where
It's
that,
sort of a cul-de-sac type of thing.
Well,
all,
there is a
Right.
lovely bed with barley twist.
Yes, that's
four
right.
poster,
We
yeah.
have a lot of cluster flies in there, and just can't get rid of them. During COVID, apparently they had an awful amount of cluster flies, didn't they? And of course you have to get rid of them because other pests will feed off them.
Yeah.
You know, that sort of thing. It's horrible, isn't it? Right, the taxidermy. Of course, what's it in the taxidermy? I don't know whether you know about it. Is that they're all mounted on an animal shape, of course, the shape of the bird in this case. And you know, going back in time, they were wooden mounts inside, a wooden frame. But now, as it progressed, it became a wire frame. And the skin of the animal is stretched over this frame. But before it's stretched over, of course, it has to be treated. And it's treated with chemicals like arsenic and mercury. So, you know, touching these things is a bit of a problem.
Health hazard.
It can be, yeah. And what they stuff the animals with something called wood wool, cotton wadding, or plaster of Paris, and they got glass eyes, of course. But you know, it's tricky. If they do have to go in there and look at the birds properly, they have to wear special protective gloves and masks and all that type of thing because of the dangers of the pests of the thing. They have to seal up the cases as well, keep them sealed up.
Yeah.
Because, you know, if the humidity is too low, you know, that it's going to be very dry. The cracks appear in the cases, minute cracks, dust gets in, bugs get in, you know, that type of thing. And you can tell if there's an infestation as well. The things to look out for are cobwebs and droppings, you know. That's what they're looking out for, mainly. Yes, the spoilers are cricket, spiders and cockroaches. They leave scaly skin things and webs and excrement. And the borers, there's several types of boring type of creatures. Right, well let's carry on, shall we? And we'll just walk through to the dining room. But I'll point out something on the way. You've probably seen these in the past, these radiators. You know, and you think, well, they've looked at radiators, but that's something the National Trust have put in for humidity. You probably see this one better, but we have, you know, to keep the humidity in the room at a certain level. Come in here. No, it's a bit upside down. You see that electronic gubbins on the that's attached to a sort of into the computer, and that will tell them what the humidity is, and it will control those radiators to make sure that, you know, it doesn't get out of.
Whereabouts is the electronic device?
It looks like a white
Yeah.
Is it on the
walkie-talkie
on the
end of
mantelpiece?
Mantelpiece,
Yeah,
yes.
okay.
It's a humidistat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And it sends constantly sending
Yeah.
readings.
yeah.
Yeah, like Wi-Fi kind of
They
thing.
have to, you know, they've got the chart here of the readings. That's right. There's of course mould can grow on suitable foodstuffs, paper, leather, textiles, and it's a serious health hazard, as we know. And it's, as Maxine points out, these different separate vacuum to brush the mould into, and they have to protect themselves. You know, the conservators do. So, you know, you think, oh, that lady's a cleaner. She's quite highly skilled in conservation. You know, that sort of thing. And if we go through, if there's anything else, we should go through to the butler's pantry.
What are we having to tweet then?
Well, just to briefly touch on the number of staff we've got doing this conservation. There are eight staff. They're called collections assistants, and they can't stop the deterioration of the house, but they can limit it, of course. And that's what they try. They implement the National Trust's preservation, preventative conservation policy, remedial conservation that they do. You know, it's just constantly doing it. That's all, just to keep this house looking as it is. There's a daily cleaning. You know, 8 o'clock they will be cleaning the visitor route. You know, as I said, 2 metres either side.
Yeah.
Cleaning it right well, vacuuming it. You know, and the surfaces. You know, if you allow dust to settle on a surface and don't clean it off, you know, it sort of mixes with the humidity.
Yeah.
And after a few weeks, it cements itself to the thing. So you have to use, and ordinary dusting won't remove it, so you have to use some other sort of more abrasive way of cleaning, that of course to the detriment of the thing you're cleaning, really. So that's why we do it, we dust, keeping down the dust, that's why it costs so much. Right, well, the next thing we're going to do, unless there's anything you want to add.
They've also got a brilliant group of volunteers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the volunteers.
Oh, vital
Yeah.
to the.
How many volunteers is there?
Oh, hundreds.
Yeah.
I think at Cork we've got something like 400 volunteers.
Yeah.
Of which I don't mean to say they're all conservation volunteers, because you can volunteer in all sorts of ways, but. Yeah, I'm not sure how many, but I bet they've got.
Yeah.
Because
Like a database of
they've
people to
got
call.
a database, and they are involved with things like the record keeping, taking photographs,
Yeah, we
actual
had to go out
cleaning.
last time and we just photographing the hinges on the
Yes,
doors.
to update the website. So yes, unknown number, but very
Yeah.
very vital.
I mean, Max and I have volunteered here for over 20 years now.
Yeah.
And of course we do room stewarding. We've done various things.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Have you ever seen a ghost?
Ah,
Some people have seen that lady on the stairs, I believe, with her basket.
What? Okay.
Out the corner of the
I'm very
eye.
open-minded.
Yeah.
I have no
Yeah.
view.
Yeah, but you've not seen anything yourself.
I have not seen anything. I believe a previous assistant house manager was fairly sure. He was a little bit of a teaser, but I think
Yeah.
he was quite serious
Yeah.
about this, that there was
Yeah.
somebody.
Yeah.
The only experience I've had, it was one Sunday, and I was volunteered down to do the cellars and the tunnel.
Yeah.
And at 12:30, you don't get anybody. It was at that point, 12:30, you don't, because nobody's been to the house.
Yeah.
And I was sitting in the open courtyard on the bench, just in the sunshine.
Yeah.
And I heard lots of, I heard
Children.
children laughing
Yeah.
and running
Yeah.
to the house. And I thought, it's unusual for this time of the house to have children, because normally they would be quite monitored.
Yeah.
And banging doors,
Yeah.
slamming doors.
Oh yeah.
And when it was my break, I did say to some of the volunteers, I said, "Oh, you must have had some lively children in first thing." And they said, "Oh, no."
Huh?
So there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Faye often sees her.
Faye, we've got a volunteer who's
Boyfriend.
convinced
Yeah.
that there is a gentleman in the cellars.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's the lady with the basket there?
Oh, I've heard
Well,
that.
I think that
heard
might
that tale.
be, that might be a
corner
little bit
of
of a
somebody's
core
eye.
story.
Yeah.
You know, they just.
But
read
those
something.
the only ones.
Yeah.
And who knows? I could have actually, who knows, nodded off and not realised and dreamt it.
No, I believe it happened.
So we'll move on. Yeah.
Lots of people do. People do come round
And go and
say,
say,
I've got
Yeah.
a feeling, you know.
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Right, we're going to see go to the stake there. Oh, there you are. And just fill you in, this is over 300 years old, this bed is. And it's in pristine condition, isn't it? Hey?
Not like the modern mattresses.
We keep it in a controlled atmosphere, of course, and room.
Was this the main bed for the people that own the place, or just one of the
It was
beds?
never put up.
Oh,
It was found in packing cases,
wow.
right? And,
New old stock.
yes, it was. Just briefly, I'll say it was a wedding gift.
Wow.
From one of the princesses of.
I can't remember which.
No,
George.
I can't remember which king.
But it's early 1700s that it would have
Yeah.
been created. I mean, the silk.
Yeah.
Let alone not coming
Yeah.
here every year.
Bit too big to re-gift at Christmas.
It was just,
Yeah.
I think they didn't put it up because the family bedrooms are not this high
Yeah.
and couldn't be put up.
But to open that up and find
Yeah.
something so
I'll
exquisite.
show you the
It's
packing
just
case. It's
When did
amazing.
it? Sorry to interrupt. When did they actually find it then? Did you know it there all
I
along?
think it was known about, wasn't it, before
Yeah.
even for the
Yeah,
trust
it
took over the
was
place.
known of
Yeah.
because small sections of mainly the fabric hangings had been loaned
Yeah.
Ah.
during the 19th and early 20th century to exhibitions.
Yeah.
Never been put up.
That is amazing.
So yes, but it was never fully put up till after the trust
Yeah,
took over,
1985.
and it was
it
taken
took
down
over.
south.
Yeah.
And then it went to America.
Wow.
When it came back, it came here, and it's never left.
Oh.